Okay, let me. Did you guys have any questions? How did it go? Or
What?
who's done it, I guess.
Say that again.
I finished it.
You finished it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All
Did you
right. Let me
start the
open.
project for today, 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished it too, like an hour ago. I'm like, really? Can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't get started on it. I've been so busy.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to because I was so worried. I thought we'll see this week because last week was not good and I was sick
Yeah.
too, and
Yeah.
I got done really early and I thought it was going to take me all day like it always does, but it didn't. I'm like, wow.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, does everyone's look like this? If not, then I mixed up already.
Not the R&D expenses because I almost did it like that too, but then I went back to the instructions. It says bar, like a bar graph. So I did bar instead.
Yeah, this is a bar, isn't it?
Well, wait, really?
You did a column. Yeah, I did a column at first, and then I realized that this is a bar.
Oh, you know,
Gee.
but then that's what I did wrong. So, okay.
Yeah, so I did what you guys did. Hold on, watch. I'm like,
No, but then, yeah, that's what I said. That's what got me confused. But then if you go
column. Yeah, I had it, and I was like, that looks so weird. And then I realized,
Yeah.
But if you go to number 3 on the instructions, it says okay, it says to do the bar, right? And that's what I'm like, what? A bar? Anyway, I thought that would look weird. But then if you go, okay, it says use data labels for the dollar amounts for the bar graph. And then it says put markers on the line ones, right? And then if you go up to the second point, it says make the different series chart type a column graph.
where does it say column graph?
Oh, that's why I ended up with the columns because
it's weird because it gives like the same instructions twice.
Yes.
The first bullet talks about both of them, and then there's a bullet for each individual one after that. So like the first one is like make a line for this, a line for that, and a column for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Which
so
is funny because it says make it as a column series, but then also refers to it as a bar graph, which is really confusing.
Yeah, but then
the bar graph looked horrible because it had negatives. So this one looks cleaner, but I don't know. Okay, let me
It
read
also has here, yeah, let me show you the difference between the two different ones for mine.
Oh, mine is different. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh gosh.
So this is how it looks now. And actually I need to change it.
Yours looks pretty good.
And then it was like this before.
Yeah, that's like what mine looks like because I read it again, and that last thing, if you can show the instructions, we can read them. Then it says
it calls it a column just as often as it calls it a bar. I just counted both times. It says column and then bar, column and then bar. So it's like which one do you want?
Which one it is?
Yeah, because I mean, like this is nice because you can more accurately see the differences between each bar. But it overlaps the lines, which kind of interferes. Like, see, like with the what is it, 94? That's a little harder to see there, just because it overlaps. But then this way, you can't tell the difference quite as much. And you could. If you go to change series type, you could actually click right here and make it a secondary axis to give it a greater difference. And actually, that kind of lines up kind of nice actually.
Yeah, that's nice.
But I don't know if that's what they want.
Oh,
Okay,
don't tell me. Don't tell me I'm
Okay.
not done then.
I don't know. It also doesn't look good that there's not like an axis here. Maybe I can add it.
yeah, so I had that, like how you had it before, and I was like, there's no way because this looks off. I don't know. And then I read it again. So I have a problem with the instructions. I have it every week.
Well, we all have them. We all have it because it says. I kept reading it. And I'm like, well, is it a bar? And then I thought, well, yeah, I'll just go. The last one says a column, so that's what I used. I can share it too. Let me see. Mine doesn't look as good with the colors, but. And then I also put on the percentages. I also put the money, the amounts, because I think it's also asking for the amounts after I read it again. So let me see. Can you see mine?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I forgot to put the markers.
Yeah, you see, I did that after I tried the other one because when I read the instructions again, and then on this one, I put the money and the percentage.
Did it ask for money? I thought it only asked for
Well,
percentage.
I thought I only asked for percentage, but then I went back and read it again. I'm like, where are the instructions? Wait.
Here, I have the instructions here.
Uh-huh.
Make sure to access our labor properly and formatted as in the same worksheet, create a paragraph that shows total actual R&D expenses for the year by project. Use data labels that show the percentage each of the total R&D expenses.
Okay, so it says
Yeah, that is like, oh man.
it's confusing, isn't it?
I don't know if they're just trying to be tricky with their wording or if somebody really needs to take an English class, because like the instructions, like they mix around words. Like, so do you want the expenses and the percentage, or do you want just the percentage?
Let's read it again. I kept going back and forth because every time I read it, I read something different.
Okay, read it again. So in the same worksheet as items 2 and 3 above, create a pie graph that shows the total actual R&D expenses for the
You
year.
see? So the total actual, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then use data labels to show the percentage.
Yes, I guess it does want it.
See, but that's weird because I have my data that is called the total actual here.
R&D.
Yeah, like the total actual R&D cost. Like that's just the number. Like that is a number. It's not like it's. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a. I don't know. It can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is an actual, so I guess it would be the total actual spent per project. So it would be different, but it's just
Right, because I don't know, saying the actual, that title, it's a title, not like a value, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I had only put the percentage, and then I thought, you know what? I better put that data in there too, just because I don't know what the instructions are saying.
Yeah.
And did you guys get the email last night about how they are getting rid of
Yeah.
online?
You're getting rid of this class.
wait,
What
what
did I
email
take
for
it
what?
next semester?
Oh yeah, that they're not doing the class.
And not online anymore. I'm like, man, I should have waited to take this class.
It's
Yeah, because the other one sounds easier. It just says introduction.
It is actually easier. I took the class last semester, and it is a lot easier. But they don't have the tutorials like they do on here. It's all just you read the instructions and you follow it. Number one is click on here. So it's a lot easier. So this one's a lot more intense, this class.
Yes, this one is.
I do really like I'm learning, like, that we are doing some of the more advanced stuff.
Yeah.
But the instructions, oh man, there's so many parts about it that drive me nuts. I like, for example, I I actually really liked this lesson because I recently was trying to do something on Excel and wasn't sure how to quite do it. And this, like, and the tutorial this week actually actually taught me how to do it. I'm like, oh, that's actually something I wanted to know.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't have benefited. I don't benefit from the other class because I already took an intro to Excel. Unless that's a waste of time, unless I already took it and then I took another one. That'd be annoying.
Yeah.
So put the numbers then. I don't know. I hate the instructions.
I'm just gonna stick with the percentages.
Just the percentages.
Yeah, if I had to bet my life on one way or the other, I think it's just gonna be percentages.
So what should I do with my change it to?
I just think that the numbers. There's no way they'd want it to look like that. That looks.
Yeah.
That's what I put mine. Like on 3 different. I put the name, the amount, and then on the bottom I did like 3 rows.
Okay.
Yeah, but then my thinking was like, well, how do they know what the total amount is?
What do we do with this then? Wait, why does this show? Is that right? Does yours look like that?
Mine looks like the bars. Mine looks with bars with columns instead of bars.
Okay, so are you guys doing columns or bars?
I'm doing columns.
Okay.
So you're doing it like me, Dan? Like the when I showed you? Because you have both, right?
I tried both, and in the end, I decided that the columns look better if you put it on a separate axis.
Okay, so to put it on a separate axis.
How do you do that?
Here, I'll show you.
Series, and you're gonna do a column.
Let me share.
Oh, I think I saw it when I was looking yesterday.
So if you right click on it and you go to the change chart type, you just click the little box that asks if you want to put it on a secondary axis.
Oh, so that's what I have to do. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's really simple.
Yeah, wait, mine's already on one. I'm like, wait.
Maybe I'll do that right now.
Yeah, secondary axis already. You did a clustered column, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Series charge type, right? So yeah, so you choose the cluster column. You said, yeah, that's what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do you guys just have these dots on there?
Only on the line ones.
Not on these legends?
No, because it says the instruction says to do the marks only on the line.
How do I fix that?
Let's see. No, but that's how I have it.
Oh,
No, yeah, it's okay to have it on the legend. That's fine.
okay, I'm like, I don't know.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Let me
Because
see.
like sometimes you'll have like you might have a blue line with a triangle as the marker, so it's easier for people to go look like, oh, okay, the triangle,
Yeah. Okay, then I don't know. Okay. It bugs me that I don't understand the instructions. I was like, is my English off? Okay.
If it's off for you, imagine for me that English is not my first language. Like that's why maybe I have so much trouble. I have to read it 20 times. I swear, 20 times. And you know what I do? I write it down on a piece of paper. Because if I write it down, maybe I'm paying more attention. I don't know. But even then, like I told you today, I mean, I still know I'm doing it right because I went 20 times. Like my mind.
Okay. Well, do you guys have any questions, I guess?
No, I don't.
Let me see, this means at 6. Okay. Can I check that my amount? Is this how you guys did this? I was confused, and then you just do a total? Did you guys look at do any like special formulas, or did you just copy paste?
So the wording again was like super weird. So what I did is, I did a total along the bottom, and that showed the monthly total, and then it said something about a total per project, and I felt like, and here I'll share my screen again. They said something about the yearly total per project, I think. And so at the end of it, I did a project total for the year.
Oh, did it?
And then I had the sum of it be the year total.
Well, I used the year total so I could get the percentages.
Can you show me your screen again? Can you zoom in there?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do the color. I didn't color the cell. I color the number because it's with the conditional formatting. Is that what you use?
Yeah, you can do either one.
Yeah, it said either shade in the box or the font.
Yeah.
What? So you did monthly total.
So I did a monthly total along the bottom, which is just a sum of everything that's above it. And then the project total for the year, which is a sum of everything next to it.
So you added another one here.
And then I added, and then I did a year total that adds that up.
Yeah, I was confused on those instructions. Let's see, create a table.
I didn't do that. I just did it like you had it, Anita. But what I did, I went to the first one that they already, where they gave us all the information, and then I did some calculations in there, and then, she took points out of my exam? Yeah, I got 95 instead of 100 on the first exam we did because she told me I had to link. She didn't say you don't have to copy paste. She said you have to link the cell to the. You have to link the amounts to the cell. So I don't copy paste anymore. When what I do, I just put equal.
So you didn't copy paste this?
No, I just.
Did you copy paste?
Did what? Did I copy paste?
Or did you look up reference cell?
I didn't do a V lookup. That's just like.
I tried.
For this, I mean, you could have technically to make that table, but I mean, like, it'd be a waste of time.
I wonder if they want it, because I didn't do that and I did a copy paste. I was like, well, she didn't say to use the formulas.
Right.
That's why
I did that because on that first exam, she told me I had to reference. I just copy pasted the results from one page into the other one, into the summary. She said, because she said that she took 5 points off. So what, can you see mine?
Yeah, I see yours. One more question, sorry.
It doesn't show now.
To get this graph, I just did this over here. Is that what you guys did? Or did you pull from something?
I did something similar, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I just used the sum function to total up the columns, or total up the rows.
Yeah, and then you pulled the graph from that data, right?
For the pie chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I chose the one that automatically calculates the percentages.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure. I guess I'm just gonna leave it like that.
I don't know why I'm clicking on the cells. It's not showing anything, not even the value. I wonder if because I moved it. Man.
Hey, I've actually gotta go. I'm sorry. My wife isn't feeling well. So she's coming home from work. So,
well, I guess you guys have any other questions? If not, I think we're good to just meet on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna send us the link now?
Yeah, I'll send you the link right now.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
See you
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Good. Thanks.
Bye.